Hello, Shawnee.
Hello, Tyler.
How are you?
Happy Thursday. I'm great. I'm great. Just the air feels a little cleaner. The night sky looks a little brighter with actual stars out.
Anyways, welcome everybody to the No Cat Space post-game show. Before we dive into what was an incredible game, frankly, between Notre Dame and UConn. The energy was high. The stars were out, like you said. The whole alumni section was out. Stars and WNBA players that were out. Some awkward photos, but ultimately some real hoops. But the best way to celebrate real hoops is to get with our friends at Home Field. It's a holiday season. I haven't done my holiday shopping yet. You probably haven't either. That's okay, because we got you with the code NOCAT15. I got this shirt. This is a Home Field shirt. We got the hat. That's a Home Field hat. Home Field's where it's at. That's the place you need to be. But the place to be tonight in the basketball universe was South Bend, Indiana. I'll tell you right now, I do want to preface this before Shawnee, before I let you ISO. Greer was at the game tonight. So she's not going to be here actively. But I promise you, when we get to ball up top, we're going to get some thoughts from Greer on this game as well and her experience there. But Shawnee, I want to hear about your experience watching this game. We're going to definitely dive into some specifics from this. But as someone who has had thoughts about UConn, as someone who has had thoughts about PAIGE BUECKERS, what are your thoughts now after Notre Dame beats UConn 79-68?
The grandma is the baby, because at this point I need a picture of Hannah Hidalgo holding PAIGE BUECKERS at 31 years of age as her child, because it's just, the homie was like, hey, is this a chain snatching game? And we're like, no, the chain is already in her possession. She's like holding it over Paige's head, like daring her to, you got to be quicker than that. Like, no, no.
Her as in Hannah Hidalgo, who went.
Hannah Hidalgo.
I'll give you the stat line real quick. 29 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 8 of 17, 6 of 11 from 3. And I think she started off this game like 0 for 4. So like that field goal percentage isn't even like those misses weren't throughout the game. She caught fire and pretty much stayed on fire the whole way. But continue. I just wanted to add the context of exactly what Hannah Hidalgo did tonight. But go ahead.
And I don't know if that's where I get into being critical of the grandma that's also the baby, because when Hannah was getting off to that 0-3 start, that's when I'm like, attack. Because it was kind of a funky little game to start. Mm-hmm. And that's when I felt like, put your fingerprints on this game now. This is when you push the tempo. This is when you press the issue. This is when you make your impact felt from the jump. And she was just kind of like, I'm going to set a screen. Ooh, hee. Like, why are you passing with a wide open lane? Like, what are you doing? And to be clear, my tweets are from a moment in time. And at the exact moment that I tweeted what I tweeted, it was accurate, and what I meant stands. But like, I could see how if you read it out of context an hour later, be like, what are you talking about? Paige had 24 on a very efficient shooting night. And it's like, yeah, she plays like Tetris ball, bro. Like her points kind of just fit neatly into this little package. They don't stand out. Like she had a couple 6-point flurries here. She had that that layup was nasty. I'm gonna get
yeah.
I can't hate on that, and I refuse to hate on that. So she got her little TikTok clip, which is I guess what she was out there for. Because other than that, but it's just like in terms of impact, that's what I'm saying. Like there are moments when I'm looking up and Ice Brady is like touching the ball more. And I'm like, is this what Greer paid for?
She took no cap nephew to that.
Greer should no. And here's the thing. I know Greer was sitting like at the end of the bench with him. So it's like, why didn't Greer call a timeout?
Well, and reset by the end of it, so they were getting called.
They got to get on the same page here, because there's something wicked going on if Gino's not checking in with Greer, because this ain't what Greer came for. Like,
yeah,
Sarah gets that third foul, and I'm like, okay, Okay, Paige, like, you really gotta clock in. Mm-hmm. You really gotta clock in and turn up. And I'm looking, and Caitlin Chin is taking more shots. Like, okay, is she out there? But did you see that screen? Like, okay, Kwame Brown, I see you. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm with you though. Like, yes, so Paige's stat line: 25 points on 11 to 20, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 0-4 from 3. The 3-point shooting was a struggle tonight for UConn. They in 3 of 16. It is important to note that AZ Fudd was not in this game tonight.
So what? How many black women does Paige need to save her?
Okay.
You already had Sarah Strong out there doing the very best that she could. You already had Ice Brady. You already had, like, no. Figure it out, sister. You don't need another black woman to save your bacon because Olivia Miles goes down, tweaks her ankle. Mm-hmm. Ankles are weird to play on, bro. And then still comes back and, like,
no, that fourth quarter, Miles was doing her thing. She was doing what needed to be done. Like, but to your point, Sarah Strong, I do want to touch on her. Like I said, we're kind of we're freestyling tonight for real. But Sarah Strong, that second half especially, there was a moment where I was like, Notre Dame needs to get that fourth foul on her ASAP because she started heating up, and Sarah Strong is one of them ones. I need people to understand this now. Like, as hyped up as last year's freshman class was, I feel like I've said this before. I feel like we aren't giving proper due to this freshman class. Sarah Strong is one of them ones. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 6 of 12, 2 of 7 from 3. I mean, but that was when, like, at what point, because UConn's offense just didn't look good. Like, even, like, really, like, it just never flowed. It never seemed like Paige had buckets where it looked easy because she's Paige, and like there was like where she is just that level of player, but it never looked easy for UConn. And I felt like at some point, like, especially as you're kind of struggling, when do you just go into a 2-man game with Strong and Paige and just force Notre Dame? And Notre Dame is certainly potentially capable.
When the 31-year-old says to, well, like, one person has to, like, lock in and be willing to do that and willing to be aggressive in that manner. Because, like, there were times when I was like, even if Paige is not scoring, I need the ball in her hands to know, like, I need people to know she out there, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, I need her to be a playmaker if she's not being a scorer. I need her to be on the glass if she's not, making the assist. I need her involved in ways that I'm like, okay, she's everywhere. And this is what I'm saying. Like, Hannah almost had a triple-double. Yeah. And I'm going to bring it all full circle, bro. Caitlin Clark would never. I'm so sorry. Caitlin Clark would never.
Oh, you're wicked.
Caitlin Clark, I know that she's about to make the play. I know we getting some wicked dimes. I know we're getting 30 points at least.
Nasty.
On 30 shots, maybe. But, like, guess what? We emptying the clip. I know where she's going to be. I know it's not going to be on the defensive end. I asked this, and people are going to be like, people are starting to get mad at the tweet right now. But I say, how come Paige isn't guarding Hannah? I got told that she was going to be first or second team all defense next year. I got told that she's a better defender than Caitlin. I got told, people keep telling me that when they say, like, yeah, Paige is her, like, what separates her from, like, Caitlin and, some other guards that she plays defense. And I'm like, she shows up on that side, like, technically, like, you can see her on that side of the court, but, like, who is she locking up? Because they had, I don't, like, come on. Who is she locking up? Who was she guarding tonight? I don't even know who she was guarding tonight. And that's my thing. If you are the superstar, I need to know where you are at all times. I need to be like, Fee, right? We just watched generational performance from Nafisa Collier, right? And it's like, she's playing insane defense. So, yeah, the shots aren't falling, but I know exactly where she's at on that defensive end, protecting the rim and keeping the perimeter, secure. She got to make a call from alumni to should be alumni and, really get something going because it's getting scary. And yes, I am hating. So what?
Yeah. No way. I do one thing. I want to talk about some of the others on Notre Dame as well, because there were some incredible performances. But before we move on directly from Hannah, it's so crazy She's a sophomore, and her 2 biggest games have been against their biggest rival, against like the fact that I can't get over this, right? Hannah Hidalgo put feet on UConn's couch last year, stomped all over it, dirt everywhere, invited them to her house, and did it again. Like that is like the ability, like her ability to match a moment, like in this way at such a young and to I don't know if a player has embodied being built for it quite like Hannah Hidalgo in the sense, especially with how early it's happened. Like, because this is last year. This is nothing new from Hannah. We saw this against this in the same game last year. This is nothing new, and the ability to just meet the moment has been phenomenal with Hannah. And there's never been anything that she's shied away from at all. And
that's like oh my gosh, bro. Because I think last year, right, she set a career high with that 34. Then this year she comes back and sets a career high with 6 threes. And I was like, Paige, why are you letting a 19-year-old have back-to-back career highs on your noggin? Please, because I think that's what sparked the Juju 54. Because that was
game right before, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, Juju, you got to show me something. And then Juju was like, watch this. So it was like those are 2 still very incredible performances at the expense of Paige Bueckers. So she's 0-3. Like that counts as a loss. Juju technically beat Paige.
Stop. Hey, well, actually, hold on. Speaking of Juju and Paige, though, we gotta talk about Sonia Citron because
wait, walk me through that one.
Because she guarded both and made
gotcha.
difficult for both in 2 games this year. Like Sonia's stock, like has just continued. Like there's gonna be a team. It might not be the splashiest pick of this WNBA draft, but Sonia is going to make a team very, very, very happy. Likely in the lottery at this rate. I don't know what team that's going to end up being, if it's the Sky, if it's the Mystics, but like there is going to be a team that leaves very, very happy, and that team is getting higher and higher up the draft board every time that we get to see her play. Only 7 points tonight, only 5 shot attempts, but was just made life difficult for Paige the entire time. Like just didn't. I mean, frankly, I don't feel like the offensive system from UConn made it difficult for Sonia either, really. But Sonia's going to be legit. I mean, she is legit, but like in the W, she's going to be incredible. But the player I do want to touch on, Liatu King, was incredible tonight. 16 points, 12 rebounds, 3 steals, 8 of 14. The mid-range was cooking. The cuts were cooking. Like I came into this game being like, if Sarah Strong gets rolling, I don't know 100. I'm not exactly confident that Notre Dame has an answer for that. Instead, Liatu King said, don't worry, I'll get rolling first, and just kind of never stopped throughout the course of this.
Can you read your stat line again, please?
Yes, ma'am. 16 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 8 of 14.
And this is why I'm sorry. Like, if you put Paige's stat line on King, that's a fantastic night. That's probably a career night for her. But like the fact that they're comparable, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like King is not supposed to. That's supposed to be like a pleasant, like, yeah, she cooked tonight. We don't know if that's going to happen every single game, but we need like parts of that and like as much as that as we can get moving forward in order for us to be successful. Paige had like 5 more points than her? 6 more points?
9, but I ain't going to fact check you.
I'm hating. Don't fact check me. And the fact that I don't know. Like, I know that Hannah was the leading scorer. I don't know what Paige did, bro. She was just out there.
Yeah, this is a good point too. This is now several times that because in that USC game too, like against Kiki, like these are really, really good bigs that Liatu King is going against and doing her thing. We hear so much about the perimeter play for Notre Dame, as we should. I mean, we know who's on that perimeter, but they got more. And this is a team that still is not healthy. Like, they just got up to 7 players in the rotation. Maddie Westbeld is still on deck to come back. Like, this is ridiculous right now. And I was thinking about this yesterday, I think. And I was trying to think of like who has had, because obviously Notre Dame has the 2 losses, and those are some low lows. I think TCU is a good team. I think Utah is a good team. I don't think those are quote unquote bad losses, but obviously you're a top team. You know what the standard is. But the peaks that Notre Dame has had, again, now 3 top 5 opponents that they have beat, the peaks. I think the only team that you can compare the peak to is UCLA against South Carolina. Like Notre Dame at their best has been, at worst, the second best team in the nation in the country so far to me. So sky's the limit right now, man. Is Hannah Hidalgo your National Player of the Year right now?
I would say she's in the conversation. Like if we had to pick finalists right now, like she's in the conversation. And again, to Greer's point, like Paige can't be the clear-cut front runner when this is happening. Yeah. Because let me tell you guys something. I had some company while I was watching the game, right? Mm-hmm. My good buddy Greg Popovich was watching. Greg Popovich was pulling up, seeing if he could spot his kinfolk. And every time that team in green got the ball, my dog got excited. And do you know how hard you got a ball for a dog to be excited? Because they're colorblind. So he knew who had.
So are you saying he was looking for dog?
He was looking for dog. And you know what? He found it in 1 player. He found it in 2 players. He found it in 3 players in green. You know what happened when that team in blue came up? My buddy covered his eyes.
You're so stupid.
My dog was just... They were unfamiliar to him. Unrecognizable. He had no idea who those people were on the other side. Did not recognize them.
Oh, that's an incredible gimmick. Oh.
Brought to you by No Cap Space. Where else can you get this?
Someone come sponsor our dog. Our dog.
Yes, we're going to be doing dog watch from now on. Greg Popovich. Is this familiar to you, Greg?
Oh, it's so stupid. Oh man, I don't even know where to go from there. Okay, actually, I do know one thing. This was UConn's first road game. Not like they've had some neutral site games. This was their first road game of the season. Like you could say, this is their first real test, quote unquote, of the season. They beat North Carolina. Yeah. But stop calling them I'm sorry. Respect to the Tar Heels, whatever they're due, but yeah, stop it. So they beat North Carolina. They beat Ole Miss. That one got a little shaky. They blow out Louisville. Louisville, their ceiling and floor is all over the place to me. I still like the talent on the team, but for this season, it's true freshman, bro. Yeah, it's too. I'm locked in on Zach Randolph's kid, and Gilly's girl. I'm telling you, they got so yeah. No, yeah, and it's like yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm in, but right now, hello, they're 12. So, if you consider this UConn's first test, that means now they play Georgetown next. They play Iowa State, and then they play USC. All those games at home. You're gonna get a chance to bounce back. But I do think realistically, right? And this is maybe looking a little bit too far forward, but the potential dialogue if UConn loses to USC or Iowa State. But wait, are we talking USC West? Yes, ma'am. Oh gosh, December 21st. Ooh, I will be there no matter what. Yeah, we'll be back here for that. So if you enjoy, hey, dog watch. Hey, dog watch. We got dog watch on the 21st. But I mean, I really do think there is a genuine, interesting dialogue that we might be headed towards. Hypothetically, and Greer's gonna watch this back and cook me. But hypothetically, if UConn loses against USC right now, so they'll have Tennessee at Tennessee, and they'll have at South Carolina. Those will be their last ranked games of the season. So if they don't win these games, it really might be an interesting conversation if they lose to USC at home. If they can make their way back up, it would require it would require a win at South Carolina likely to make it up to a one or
that ain't happening. We not doing that.
So
I'm willing to step, because first and foremost it's at CLA. I will be there. I will have boots on the ground. South Carolina is undefeated dating back to Asia Wilson's last home game in 2018. In games that I am in, from here to Stanford to wherever it is, every game I pull up to, they're undefeated. It's not going to be any different. The street, I will say it here now. They not losing that game.
Okay. Write this on my whiteboard for a timestamp. Let me
stamp it.
Write it down. Sticky note that.
Stamp it.
So I mean, now we are. I mean, it's just a weird position for UConn to me, because like Paige still, like, to her point, like to a point, did her thing. Like, she had a good game. Now, I don't disagree on a lot of what you say about wanting to assert herself and to kind of feel the fingerprints and be able to see that on the game. But ultimately, this is still a good game from Paige, stat-wise. And Sarah Strong also had a good game. It got the foul trouble in the beginning of the game, in the first half especially.
You talking about his cousin. Talking about his cousin.
Got a little shaky.
He got a little excited.
But I just worry. We've had the same critique of Paige since freshman year, really.
Hello.
And you're asking now. Sarah Strong is picking up and is ramping up. My worry is if you are asking Paige to be the offense while this critique maintains, is that a path to success? And it's not like they got blown out tonight or anything, or it was like some disastrous loss, but like it's just the lapses and the pauses in offensive production, and then Paige in the corner.
To a team with 7 players. Like, this is very reminiscent of the Muffet McGraw no ACL team. Like,
facts, yeah.
You know, it shouldn't be like that if you are the superstar. If you are who they say you are. I needed 30 from her, and I know that sounds like asking for a lot, but Hannah did it last year.
UConn is asking of her? Like,
that's what we ask of every superstar, though. Like, Juju can go get 30 when she needs it. Hannah did it last year. Almost had 30 tonight. Almost had a triple-double tonight. Caitlin Clark can go get it when she needs to. Harmony Turner's been able to go do it. I trust Flage to go do it. Well, I need to see her against. Like, yeah. I trust Flage to be able to do it, but I need to see her do it. The ability
is there.
Moki, you're going to have to answer at the pearly gates for what you've done to this schedule. Like, but yeah, like when we're talking like National Player of the Year, it can't just be good PR. I'm sorry, because she came in with a lot of hype and like, okay, and this is not hate right now. Like, okay, Caitlin's gone. Like, she's going to be the number 1 pick this year. That's a foregone conclusion. And now we're saying because she's the number 1 pick, she's got this expectation and she's not living up to it. And she's not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. But for her to be a number 1 pick, I need to see more. Because if you're averaging the same numbers as my good sis in what is that, Northern Iowa? Shout out to her. McDermott. She getting boy.
Hey,
boy.
Come on, luxury tax, bro.
Come holla at us. Come holla at us, because we got Iowa State. Man, and now we got Northern, like, tap in with us.
Drake is still there. Like, that's a stacked state across the
board.
But yes.
Come tap in with us. But, like, she's hooping, and she's not getting, you know, the press and the spotlight like she should. But it's just, like, I can name so many people that are balling right now. So that's why when Greer said, like, you know, she's the front runner, and then, like, Rebecca Lobo said that again, I'm like, y'all got to stop saying that. Just because we say it doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah. I mean,
I need to see more.
For me, it's Hannah Hidalgo. Like, if I was like to put a voting right now, it's to Hannah. Like, it just is like what she's. I completely understand the losses, but It's Hannah, bro. Like it's Hannah right now. Like it really is. And don't, and certainly there's still a race to run. But if I had to vote right now, it would be Hannah.
I'm voting Dugalich out of UCLA.
Hey, okay. I think you just wanted to say her last name.
Absolutely. Best player on best team. Like, what are we doing? Come on.
I thought you just wanted to say her last name.
It's got to be someone from the number 1 team right now. Like, come on.
Man. I was not.
What are y'all talking about in our comment section? I'm about to I got some oil. I'm about to put some oil in our comment section because y'all are being ungodly.
Okay,
Stop it.
Hold on. Let me. Is Juju Watkins underrated? First off, you can go get your USC shirt at homefield.com.
That says overrated, my friend.
Oh, did I say underrated?
Yeah.
I read this as overrated in my head. No. Okay. She's not. Let's hold on. Can Hannah be in that tier? And is she in that tier? Absolutely. There is a clear top 3 in the country right now with Hannah, Juju, and Paige.
That's so sick, bro. She's like 9 years older than them.
In whatever order, do you want to put it? But overrated. Let's hold on. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, bro. The final 3 is Paige, Brickets, and the kids. This is so nasty. Jeez. I can't believe we're allowing this to happen.
Joe brings up a great point. If it comes down to it, Hannah beat both of them this season.
So and that's what I'm saying. Like, if that's the argument and she's the front runner,
fantastic argument, man.
I'm with it.
If that's you can't really argue against
at all.
Like, hey, she's and hooped in both games. She didn't just pick up the win, hooped. Man, like I said, Latson. I
need to see. Somebody should have scheduled some Florida State games, Mulkey. But I need to see Latson on prime time because she's getting buckets.
And don't worry, we know about Tania Latson. We both wrote about her in 5 Out this season already, and had her on during the postseason. I think it was during the postseason last year. So don't worry, we know about Tania Latson. You don't gotta.
If you don't, you can get caught up.
That's what we're here for.
If you.
That's what we're here for. Man.
I don't think the National Player of the Year discussion is as clear cut as people want to make it. I think she was the front runner based on PR. And I
think she had a lead coming into the season, to that point. Is she had
based on what
Hannah had. Well, I'm saying with the PR and we're talking to everything. I feel like it was. Paige kind of got put in first place to begin the season, and then Juju. I think it was kind of all right, Juju and Paige, who's going to beat? And now Hannah Hidalgo has against both of the teams and the players has kind of done in this is what it is. This is this is a race, and I mean certainly the losses hurt, but the wins are screaming. This is.
They was in my Twitter mentions talking about Paige gonna have a breakout 6th season.
That's so wicked. You have fostered your little community over there. This is insane.
It's wicked.
It's so wicked. This is all. This is all.
How could I?
You have been a beacon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, to kind of, I guess, wrap it up a little bit here.
Is UConn in trouble? Is the program on fire? Has Gino lost his way? Has the game moved beyond Luigi? All questions we need to answer. Greer's happening right now,
bro. Greer's gonna spawn in. That's so wicked.
Is UConn in danger of missing the tournament?
See, you're doing too much, but
if they lose them games,
but the games coming up that now comes after this. This is also 3 losses in a row, Notre Dame for UConn. Shout out Niele Ivey, bro. Niele is such a good coach, man. Really, a fantastic coach, and is now. I mean, this is the game.
Black women.
This is the prove it game for if you're a Notre Dame coach. This is the game. I was really honestly kind of disappointed we didn't get more Muffet McGraw at halftime. I thought she was gonna be cackling, but
I know she started sweating when they cut it to like 3, and I don't think they could because she was probably like slowly tying that scarf a little tighter, and then Hannah hit a 3, and she was like, "Okay, all right."
I'm surprised they let her out of the ACC network basement. They have her hold up the entire time. But no, I think with UConn, truthfully, like this is like we're going to find out. This stretch of games has been the one that I've been eyeing this entire season. And like even if they lose, like let's say they lose to USC, it doesn't mean that this is they can't do it in March, blah blah blah. I mean, Shawnee might say that, but that doesn't inherently.
No, because I think that sets up a hero's journey where they're the no pun intended underdogs heading into the tournament, and they got to play on the road. And if they do it, that's a fantastic story.
It is.
How UConn beat the odds, overcame their lackluster superstar, and won a title.
Okay, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Stay tuned for the next episode of Dragon Ball season for that one. Well, if you're Notre Dame, let me pull up Notre Dame's upcoming schedule a little bit. Honestly, it's pretty smooth. Like you got Eastern Michigan and Loyola MD. You're gonna be pretty well going into ACC play, and now, I mean, frankly, the ACC is the ACC. Like Notre Dame could win out, and that would not be a shock, realistically. Like with the ACC, like and I will say one thing that'll be kind of interesting to see, and you can't ever 1-to-1 compare, but they do have North Carolina as their second ACC game, and obviously we saw UConn.
That's enough North Carolina talk. Thank you.
But no, I mean, realistically, Notre Dame at their best, they play at their best against the best teams. They've done it. They've done it 3 times already in non-conference against top 5 opponents. They've beat them. So at this point, yes, the losses are the losses. They exist. They are there. You have to acknowledge them. But ultimately, when Notre Dame is still about to add pieces. When Notre Dame is at their best, right now I'm not sure if there's a team that's better. And a lot of that has to do with Hannah Hidalgo and the work that she's doing, and then obviously the perimeter play as well.
Okay, hold on a second. Wait a minute now, because South Carolina is cooking.
No, they are. And I said that in my TCU postgame, and we know where your boots on the ground. But the thing is, I mean, you're absolutely right, 100%.
Yeah, Notre Dame played TCU, right?
Yeah, but
lost to TCU, right?
I'm saying at their best. At their
best. But like at their best. At their best. Right. Why was their best? Not at TCU, where South Carolina put like almost 1,000 points. Hold up, player. Hold up. Let's pump the brakes.
You're 100% correct.
Let's pump the brakes.
This is what I'm talking about. Because I do think that Notre Dame is more volatile than a UCLA, than a South Carolina.
Hey, look. I'll take a Paris rematch in the finals this year.
Yeah.
USC versus Notre Dame. I'll take USC West versus Notre Dame in the finals.
Need that.
I'll take USC versus USC in the finals. Like any way you slice it, I'll win.
Let us book it. Let us book the tournament like we're like WWE. Like let us make it happen. We'll handle it. We'll
I need to write the script.
That's what I'm saying. Give us the pen. But that's going to do it for us, y'all, for an incredible night of hoops. Look, real hoops are great, but real hoops with real hate is best. And that is what we got tonight, was real hoops with real hate, both on the court and from our chief ethical hater, Shawnee. And
our special guest.
It's our Greg Popovich also joining us here tonight. Thank you, Greg. And thank y'all for tuning in with us here at No Cap Space tonight. It's a little bit weird with the schedule, obviously, with the holidays and stuff coming up, but we still got content coming your way. You got to be tapped in on the website, nocapspacewbb.com. We are like single digits away from hitting 1,000 subscribers on our website. We are trying to hit that, fingers crossed, before Christmas is the goal. That has been our goal that we had set. We're coming up on a year of No Cap Space here soon, once we cross over into the new year, and we're so incredibly grateful for all the support, genuinely. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you go hit the website, subscribe there, like, and subscribe here. Hit Home Field as well. The link's all in the description. You can find everything in the description below, and we'll see you next time.